Among the parallel universes and infinite Earths, there exists a world where Steve Trevor passed the Isle of Themyscira and instead found refuge aboard an Allied forces ship, where a technical difficulty prevented a show from proceeding as scheduled, sending the Wayne family home early, and where the last son of Krypton was yet to arrive. While there are important details, the story about to unfold is the dawn of something spectacular.
Hidey ho.
All right, episode / issue 3 is about to begin, picking up immediately in the alley outside of the jewelry store, where the Golden Avenger and his trusty slimy sidekick have apprehended someone that was conducting the robbery from the vehicle parked outside. The person with the raspberry beret and heavily tattooed arms has been told to exit the vehicle, and Andrew, the Golden Avenger, is giving out the orders, and in your head you hear that voice you experienced earlier. This one could be tricky. Put the fear of God in him before he decides to do something that might be trouble.
Oh, that's the voice in my head?
Yes.
Oh, man. I don't even remember what I was doing at the time. I know I hold on. Sorry. I don't mean to derail.
You fired a round really close to his ear to let him know that you were serious, and so your citizen's arrest, or basically because you're out of your jurisdiction, but you told this person to get out of the car.
Okay, this voice goes against my character of being. Can I do some sort of a quote unquote saving throw? And however, in your best judgment as the game master, if I'm able to resist it, I'm going to fight it back. If not, I'm going to do something mean.
Oh, okay. To explain, I meant it as the not an impulse, but rather someone else, which we established that doesn't have a name yet, but came after you got the gold that or you remember that vest and then the augmented firearm you have now? Yeah. So the voice has come with that acquisition, and you were talking, trying to find out who or what this is, and it told you that it's just something that always has been. And
so it's not it's not an impulse, it's just a voice.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to respond to the voice as quietly as possible, and I'm going to be like, whoever you are, shut up.
Fine, but don't say I didn't warn you.
I have this under control.
All right. So as I said, the person's coming out of the vehicle with their hands up. They are surrendering, and the person right now has their back towards you. They're got like, it's like they know what to do. So they've been through this before. So they interlock their fingers behind their head, and they're waiting for your next instruction.
Can I fabricate some kind of mystical handcuffs?
Absolutely, yes.
All right. You need a roll for that?
No. Okay. You're right. If it's not something that you have in your tool set, then yes, you have to roll to be successful.
All right. And we got a 6.
Okay, tough choice. You can put the handcuffs on this guy, but you're not too confident in how tight or how yeah, that's about what we're going for. How tight you have on them. You're not too sure you got it there. Or your other option is that you've got them on too tight and this person immediately drops screaming, "Oh my God, you're breaking my wrist. Oh, you're killing me."
All right. Can I trade off temporarily disarming myself by holstering and trying to double hand it as my
Exert extra effort, you mean, in this?
well, because you said it's got to kind of has to have a drawback to it, right?
Right.
Basically, so by holstering my weapon, I'm unarmed essentially. I'm not unarmed, but I am because I don't have a weapon pointed at him. Could I do that to make sure I get the cuffing correct?
The
Or do you?
I was understanding you were using the energy from your
Correct.
ability.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So you're saying I can do it like just mystically and they're there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, cool. All right. Yeah, I'll take whichever drawback you deem best necessary for me.
No, it's your choice. Your choice.
Oh.
Would you rather have them where you're not 100% confident that they're tight enough, or would you rather be on the other end where you have put them on so tight this guy is screaming about the pain?
Let's make it fun. Not too confident.
Not too confident.
Only because I've never done this before.
Makes sense to me. All right. So this person notices that there's some added weight to what wasn't previously on his wrist, and he's just mumbling under his breath like, "Oh man, ain't that about a bitch?" Yeah.
Hey, buddy, you do the crime, you got to do the time. Something tells me this isn't your first rodeo.
Well, he's going to turn his head over his shoulder to talk more at your direction, and I ain't saying nothing. I know what you got to do, so just get me to whatever station you're taking me, and I'll take my phone call.
Fair enough. You do have those rights. So I approach him and I take him in the most copley manner that I can. Like the most, I'm not trying to be rough with the guy. Like, I want to, I've caught him. He's in cuffs. I'm not, my character's not like a dick cop. He's he's one of the guys that tries to treat people as people, even if they're criminals. And, am I to assume that any local PD has shown up yet, or not?
There was a lot of pandemonium throughout. Let me see. Call high or low to see if there happens to be a patrol coming by.
We're gonna go high.
You would be right. All right. So did you want patrol? Did you want patrol passing by?
Yeah.
All right. So conveniently, just slow manner there with one of the bullhorns out on one side of the car. There's an officer calling out and saying that if anyone is too injured to make it to the baseball stadium, that they can flag down the passing vehicles and they'll receive escort. So then, you can flag them down and say, hey, this person.
Yeah, I want to flag them down. Officer, I'm the Golden Avenger. We caught
Golden Avenger. I haven't heard of that one before.
All right, I'm new, but I'm one of you as well. In my secret identity, of course, I'm a police officer, and hopefully, good sir, you can just give me a courtesy on that and take my word for it. We did catch an got to use cop talk for the cop. I did apprehend this suspect as they were robbing this place. The code, whatever, cop talk.
Yeah, and then we'll say that the octopus sidekick guy that is there with you corroborates your story, and he's all right. Hey, okay, I'm gonna take you on your word for it, but
You're
think
definitely
about
you're definitely going to need real cuffs on this guy, though.
yeah. Oh, all right. So he'll grab those from his belt and put those on. He'll just. So how do you, if you are a cop, straddle that line, being a vigilante and putting on the uniform?
Well, as even this perpetrator in your backseat can attest, he exercised his Fifth Amendment right, and I didn't beat it out of him like that one guy does.
Oh yeah, the wildcat. Pretty brutal, that guy.
Hey, the way I figure it, if we continue to follow procedures, maybe we can put some of these guys away.
Sure.
Actually,
Hey, and maybe you can be the watcher of the watchers. Make sure they don't cross lines that we have to then bring them in for.
well, hopefully we can lead by example, and maybe we won't have to bring some of these good guys who blur the lines in.
Inside, pause there. Sal and Don, you had soundly defeated the things that were inside the store with you that at mid robbery. How long do you want to, or what would you like to do inside this store? Say
there was
outside
nobody
you
else
hear-
in here, was there? That was just them in here, wasn't it?
Correct.
Okay, so I guess I'll look around for something that we can board up the window with to stop anybody else getting in there and looting it. Probably turn to Don while I'm doing it. So you can fly and all that stuff, huh? How'd you do that?
I visualized it.
No shit. That's pretty sweet.
Yes, shit.
I'm keeping these where they belong, right here on terra firma. Thank you very much.
I don't blame you. It's frightening.
Do you want to give us a hand with this? And I'll find some, probably, I don't know, trying to think, everything's falling down. So if there's any kind of fencing or anything like that we can just put up and sort of push up against the window to keep it secure.
Absolutely.
Works for me.
Start using the ring and just moving things around.
Oh, I thought you meant like
Okay.
you're gonna weld it to, like melt the metal parts. But that's cool too.
I do not have that
You had
yet.
that one. Oh, okay.
I do not have that yet.
I don't have that at all. I've kind of focused on one thing, so
Absolutely. And while you are working on the exteriors, you see that your teammates are delivering the prime suspect to the officer. That handoff has been made and car drives off. So after you have finished securing the storefront, the duties that you were tasked with, that whole section of the city has been passed through, and I feel like you would be confident you can consider this done, but you're free to continue or move.
Oh, so where we are at the minute, is this like the site of the most destruction, or is there other places that still need help?
I imagine it like a quadrant, a graph, and
Mhm.
they just split the city. The four of you handled one quadrant, and the Justice Society, they paired off to handle the other quadrants. Yeah.
Okay. What do
And
you guys want to do? I mean,
I say we continue along to the next section.
okay.
okay,
When he's not looking, gonna just make a little line to go out and kind of touch him, the yellow one, just to see if it still works or if it fizzles out.
we'll say that it's like I don't know the terms for it, but if you've ever worked with live electrical lines,
You're
just
asking an
on the
electrical
small,
engineer.
right? Yes. If you ever worked with them and you have the live stuff make contact when there's not the proper.
So there's a spark.
Yes. There's definitely a reaction.
Okay, so that's the era we're playing in. All right.
I think it's a mix of his own era.
And
Of course it is. You didn't know there's no Batman in this world?
No, I knew that. He said that.
And then and you took because Andrew. I don't know if you were being defensive about the approaching thing, but you the voice definitely tells you, I don't like that. No,
You don't like what?
keep us
Did he just talk to himself?
away from that.
From what?
The green. Oh yeah. So Sal said, "Are you talking to yourself?" I don't know if you want to acknowledge that.
No, I'm hearing something, and I don't normally hear things. So
Okay, if I start hearing anything in my head, then I'm out of this, and I'm going back. I'm going back to my apartment, getting myself a beer, putting my feet up.
Under normal circumstances, I would think maybe I am losing my mind, but in recent events, I'm not going to rule out stranger things are afoot. If anybody catches the movie reference.
All right, Bill or Don, you had the communicator. Jay Garrick had passed, and you get come in. I forget. Did you have you decided on a team name or? Well, at least he knows you're a designator. You told him you were Green Lantern, so come in, Green Lantern. Come in, Green Lantern.
I'm going to try something. Put over here and kind of see if I can make the ring read it and go, hey, Jay, what's up?
Okay. I remember that you last time used your ring to communicate with the others. So I'll say you can roll with it, what we'll call advantage, and see if you can successfully connect to this piece of technology. Absolutely.
A 9 and a 16.
Okay. 16, sweet. You got it. So your previous experiment has given you some insight on how to do this. Oh, Green Lantern, hi, you're coming in especially clear. Like I would swear you were in the next room.
Make some rabbit ears
right.
come up with aluminum foil on them and I adjust them a little bit.
Well, say like for a minute you get like a fuzzy image of him like talking into his communicator. And he's all right. I was letting you fellas know we have wrapped up. We've worked with the local authorities and emergency responders. Everything appears like they can handle it from this point on. Since you helped us out, we were extending an offer to you if you'd like to come to the Brownstone and rest up for a while, either ask any questions you might have, or I understand it's pretty late. It's getting close to dawn. So if you'd rather some other time to go home and rest, we understand. The offer still exists.
What
Dawn
out of
justice.
I was gonna say out of character, what's this brownstone? I'm not a DC guy.
It's
where
the JSA.
JLA go. Yeah, the
Oh,
JSA
okay.
go.
Okay. Hey, maybe maybe we should go with these guys. Maybe they can help us figure out where all this stuff's coming from.
Absolutely. Hey, here's a communicator. Maybe you'll need it.
Yeah, okay, I'll come along for now, but I'm an old man, I need my beauty sleep, so let's make it quick. I suppose as we're moving through as well, if I can, I'll form like a loud hailer and I'll just be shouting at the buildings, just going, hey, yos, if there's anybody in there, you need some help, give us a holler. If not, get your asses out here and get over to the baseball field on Monroe. There's the cops there, they'll look after you, and all that stuff.
Nice. Good job remembering it was on Monroe. Good. All right. We'll say I'm gonna roll D6. Wow, 6. Okay. So at 6 different points in your journey through the city, there's the occasional person that, like the defiant one that says, I'm just going to sit through the hurricane. I don't care. Yeah, you've got those defiant people that are still in their apartments or other places and stick their head out the window. Like, no way, I'm not leaving my stuff. Someone's going to come by and loot it. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Well, I'd say that's one person. There's another person that is like, just, got one of those colander sieve, things that you string.
Yeah,
got that
yeah.
over. Yeah, like a makeshift helmet, and this little old person sticks the head out the window and is, just looks terrified, like, I don't know, the stairs. Like, well, is it safe?
Yeah, come on, because come with us and get them to tag along with us until we run into some cops or something, and then we can pass them off to them to get them to safety.
Cool. So there's little interactions like that to be had,
Cool.
and you are able to pass off those people. You make it to the brownstone, and outside waiting for you, Adam Smasher has now resumed normal human size. So he's, we'll say maybe he's a little bit shorter than you, Sal, and he's standing outside of the doorway with his arms crossed, kind of expectantly waiting. Oh, and then he waves you guys over. Hey, all right, you made it. Okay, come on in.
All right, we go in.
Yeah, imagine a very 50 era style building with like all that Americana feel like you'd see in New York or older up in Massachusetts and things like that. Okay, so you come in to the building, and there's a very comfortable looking living room with a TV, and you didn't see him, but Green Arrow had been dispatched in another part. So yeah, Green Arrow is there on the sofa with his feet up. He's got his boots off and letting that boot smell in the air. But he's watching the TV, and on the TV you can see that there is a message. President Maxwell Lord is on TV. There's a bar that says, a state of emergency has been issued for the state of California. And he's there's a ticker, with details that are saying things. But if you pause to listen, I can give you details, or you can choose to move throughout the building if you'd like.
Okay. So I think the first thing I'm looking for is where's the drinks cabinet? Get myself a couple of fingers of bourbon. Light up another cigar.
Green Arrow.
Well, if it's obvious, then I'll just go for it and help myself. But if I can't see anything, so where does a man get a drink around here?
Yeah. The Green Arrow will say, we'll go make a right at that hallway, push through the swinging door. That's where that's the kitchen, like those saloon type doors, or what I'm trying to say, the full length door that swings on a hinge here. It says
Yeah.
push through that'll lead into the kitchen. Should be stocked with just about anything you might be craving. He himself holds up a glass bottle of beer and let you know that.
Sure. As I go out, I'll offer him a cigar if he wants one.
Yes. Okay, yeah, sure, thanks. Hey, you're all right.
I'll go off looking for a drink.
Suppose I'm going to pay attention to that ticker.
Okay. So the message is saying that the building that was attacked belonged to Cord Industries, and that it was doing deep space research, and they had made some discoveries. They were in the process of sharing with LexCorp, with Wayne Tech, and with Star Labs. They were sharing a file feed with the three of those groups. That's when the attack happened that you witnessed or were there to experience. So almost everyone that was working in the building is presumed dead or has missing, at least, including the company founder Ted Cord. Right now, the three companies I mentioned, Star Labs, LexCorp, and Wayne Tech, are working with the authorities to salvage the information. Apparently, it was a pretty big discovery, and the government also is going to be included in the data sharing. This particular time is bad because the important or crucial resources dedicated to finding a solution to the Y2K problem will have to be diverted to work on or assess this new discovery from the deep space research.
So the three companies that are working on that, I take it they have offices here in Coast City, do they?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll say that they aren't headquartered here like Cord Industries.
But they'll have,
but they have satellite locations. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I'll come back in with again, some bourbon and a bottle of beer for Green Arrow.
Oh, he is very surprised by your gesture. Oh man, thanks. Hey, and he hey,
no sweat. It's your house.
He feels bad about the boot feet smell, so he he puts the shoes back on, and he
cheers. I was about to open a window.
Slides plenty over to give you as much room as to make you feel comfortable. If you chose to sit on the end of the sofa, and he says, "So what can you do? What's your angle?"
I can do this, and I'll make myself. And again, I'll make myself a Tommy gun. I'm not going to fire it in here, but I'll go. I got me one of these.
He looks very surprised, and and I'm pretty sure that's not just for show, right? That's not just an intimidation tactic. Wow.
I'll point it at the wall.
You're gonna fire off some rounds at the inside.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So
Hold on. Is my character in earshot of this?
yeah, you were listening to the TV while he walked away. So he came back to where you and Green
Okay.
Arrow have been watching the news.
As he's firing off those shots,
Uh-huh.
if I got a roll to do it, I'll do it. But I'm going to quickly just mystically put a target on the wall for him to hit.
Okay.
Hoping
Very
that'll
cool.
stop damage, but at the same time, it'll look good when we'll see how good his aim is.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's go for it, Max. Oh,
So D20. Oh no, that's a 6.
okay, tough choice. So here we go. Here's the first two things that came to my mind. One is that you're so on target that you drive this circular disc type bullseye thing. You drive it into the wall, creating a care. That's the word. Anyways, you drive it through like a drill and push it through clear to the other side. So now there's this window into what's on the other side of this wall.
Okay.
Or we'll say that you managed to just hit everywhere outside of the target, but it only does minimal damage. It's like you just took a hammer out of rage and just went just mashing damage into the wall.
I think I'll go with the first one. It goes through the wall.
All right. So it's like you're so dead, like rivets, just pop, 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 just driving this thing through the wall. And on the other, so you don't hear the cry initially but when it finally punches through and allows the sound to come through the opening, the whatchamacallit,
There's a hole.
the what do you call it? The guy that was in the mech suit. He's out of the mech suit, and I guess it gets really hot in there because now he's just down to his underwear, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on here? You know, get your jolly someplace else, buddy."
Hey, cool it in there, man. I'm just testing this thing out.
We got a hall a whole hall you can do that in with robots and everything to work out with. Save it for that room.
I was only given a demonstration. I didn't know how good it was going to be. Where's this? And I'll turn to the Green Lantern. But you see, it's pretty good.
He's laughing.
Not Green Lantern, to the Green Arrow.
Yeah, you have thoroughly amused this guy with this situation, and he says, "Hey, you know what? Come with me. I fancy myself a good marksman, and that was some mighty fine shooting there. So yeah, he
years of practice.
He puts his beer down and he grabs his bow and quiver which he had on the floor, and all right. So he's gonna walk you over to that room.
Mister, you with the bow there.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Fancy myself a deer hunter. Mind if I take a crack at that over at the range there that you're talking about?
Yeah, the more the merrier. Come on, let's go. Let's see what you got. All right, all three of you go over to the practice range, and there's I don't know what they're called, but those they're like a cylinder that have these dowels sticking out, and you can do martial arts kata with them. So yeah. So there's a few of those things, and initially when you come through the doors into that space, there's long flat matted spaces for sparring and groundwork and all kinds of stuff like that. And then when you go past that way, that it suddenly, because like everything feels very period appropriate, like what you'd see from the
90s.
Yeah. But then suddenly you there's one of those room partitioners, like in hotel conference rooms, that you can move back. So, anyways, Green Arrow moves that back, and then, like he said, they've got these robots that are currently deactivated, but there's an array of them all lined up, and he's so you really want to do with live targets, or you want static ones?
I don't know. I've never done this. I said we've just kind of discovered this thing. So, but hey, you know, if we're going to be fighting against the living, we may as well train against the living. The living, you know what I mean?
Right. Moving targets. Yeah, moving targets. Okay.
Yeah.
So, that all right with you there, Golden Guy?
It's good with me, green guy.
Okay. So then he'll enter the code, and we'll say 4 of the robots. We'll just go off what the T800, the Arnold looking robot, like that, come online, and they proceed to try and like they're doing very acrobatic stuff, rolling, jumping. They're making themselves as difficult to hit as possible, from going behind box obstacles and all kinds of stuff like that. And Green Arrow, knocks an arrow back, like he's waiting for you guys. Like, okay, let's see who takes one down first.
Okay. So,
So I'm going to.
do you want to do initiative, or
the let me go back a page on the PDF. But I was going to say, since you had so much fun with the montage, yet I wasn't going to make you do a type of success versus failure roll, but after initiative, let you decide. So in other words, the high roller gets to start the story, and then we'll get to, like improvise. Like someone sets up a scenario, and then the next person adds to it, and we'll go from there.
okay? Are we doing D20s for initiative as well, or do you want to do?
Yes. Yeah. Let's do that.
I'm going on an 18.
Oh, that's pretty high. I only have a 10.
17.
Okay. All right. So Sal, go ahead and get this this sequence started. Go ahead. Keep it.
Okay. So they're doing all of this acrobatic stuff. So I'll honor the challenge. Both hands on the Tommy gun and track one down. And in fact, I think what I'm going to do. I will try and do a wild attack.
Okay.
Yeah, attack with reckless power, disregarding your safety, and depending on what I roll, affects what happens.
Yeah, let me retcon this. Let's see. Let's because I like what you're saying. So I'm gonna say, the challenge is who can take down therefore the fastest. That's what it's gonna be. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So this wild attack was perfect for that situation.
Fantastic. So I need to roll. Ooh, 17. Okay. So on the first one, I deal double damage on the first one.
Okay. But it's your wild attack attacks everybody, right? Like you're just.
No, not that one. I do have one that does that I get multiples on, but.
Oh, okay.
But I need to, that only kicks in if I roll a 20 on my attack.
Okay. All right. So then you've successfully obliterated one of your targets. All right.
So yes, I'll be standing there, cigar in my mouth, obviously fedora down with me. I did like the picture that Bill did with the kind of sort of steampunk style kind of goggles on. So like that with the Tommy gun, go bah, 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 and just kind of like straight up cut it in half.
All right, Golden Avenger, you're up next.
All right, I've got Deadeye I don't remember what it does.
All right. Let me
Page
do a
54.
okay. I can jump to 54.
Well,
Deadeye says whenever you roll a 20 with a ranged weapon, you can name a specific limb on a creature or to hit with the projectile, and the limb becomes disabled and cannot be used until restored. Deadeye is preceded by Far Shot, which says you briefly sharpen your senses, surpassing normal limits. You can make a ranged attack on a faraway target that you can see, even if it's out of range. We used that one last time.
yeah.
So I think you're still going to need to make a roll.
That's fine. Let's see what we got. 19.
Oh yeah, easy success. And because you're, just make it look like it was. Are you using the bow? Because I remember you asked about the bow. Like,
Well, Green Arrow is currently using it, so I'm using my weapon right now. I'm planning something for the bow thing.
okay, cool. All right, so yeah, just slightly more effortlessly than Sal. Like you were like, okay, I see what you did there. Now, how about this?
Hold my beer.
Right? Okay. All right. So Green Arrow now is going to take a shot. I'm going to do him no justice because I roll notoriously bad. But yeah, there's an 8. So that's a tough choice. All right. I'm going to do the funny thing here and say that, Green Arrow, he didn't bother up to lace his boots. And so he tried to take one of those very imposing or movie-esque type poses, like taking a knee or something like that, or and boot slips and clearly misses the target, and tries to play it off like, dang man, I guess that's what I get for not taking it serious. All right, so back to you, Sal.
Okay, so I think I've sort of taken care of one. I'll move on to the next one, try and get a bit fancier with this one. Take the cigar out and try and do it one-handed. With an 11, that's double damage again. So
Absolutely. Okay. So another one bites the dust, and people start to hear that Queen drum or whatever bass line it is.
yeah, guys. Yeah.
All right. Golden Avenger. Round 2.
I turn and look at as Green Arrow kind of does his little stumble. I'm going to grab him by the arm, kind of stop him from looking like a moron, because he shouldn't have to look like a moron. This guy's a legend.
Right.
And then I say, hey, can I try that? I point at his arrow or his bow.
Sure. Maybe you can and like you can see in his eyes that however much alcohol he consumed before you got there is kind of taking in effect. And he's like, sure, yeah, maybe you can do better than I did. Yeah.
Then I turn around and I look in his quiver and I look for something resembling a broadhead, which is what a hunter would be using. And I go,
okay.
Take my aim
and
release.
All right, let's see what happens.
And a roll of 7.
A 7. All right, tough choice. So we'll say that the
I have an idea.
Now I'm gonna say, how long has it been since you, or if you have an idea, we can go with what you want, because I had
so most people that hunt regularly with bows and arrows, and Green Arrow being a superhero would be definitely no exception to this rule, have customized their bows to themselves. So him not knowing this one, like he would know his own,
Mm-hmm.
Could
Okay.
could throw him off.
Sure. So does that mean you get flicked or slapped by the string as it's passing you, like that Minerva? Yeah.
Right there.
Okay. All right. So we'll say you still managed to hit your target, but man, that's smarts, and it doesn't take any time at all before you've got one of those purple blood vessel type of pop things. Yeah, it's gnarly.
It's actually happened to me. I know it hurts.
But you got 2, so you're keeping pace with Sal. All right. Green Arrow is gonna say, okay. All right. I was just giving you guys a chance. Here we go. He's gonna roll. Oh, all right. I got a 19. Uncharacteristically, I got a 19. So yeah, he puts his hand out to borrow the bow back, and he grabs an arrow. He looks it over real quick, almost like he's seeing 2, but he's nope, I got 1. And then he very quickly knocks his first target down. All right, back to you, Sal.
Okay. How close are the other 2 to me?
Oh, the things.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say they're in range. Like if you wanted to run up, you could do something. But since they're trying to be difficult targets, they're not getting particularly close to you.
Okay. No problem at all. In which case, I'll shoot one of I'll shoot one of Green Arrows.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think you need a bit of help there, mate.
How very sporting of you.
That's a 12. So again, with my wild attack, that's double damage again. Just pop, 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 pop.
All right. We'll say that right now he's a little, he's had a good time with you, and he's tipsy, so he's taking it well instead of you being a show off or condescending. Very nice. Okay.
Hey, just trying to help out the kids,
That's right. You are older than him. That's right. All right, Golden Avenger. You're up.
All right. I use my own weapon. 16.
Sweet 16. No problem whatsoever. All right, now you've taken the lead because Sal, even though he hit 3 targets, he knocked off one of Green Arrow's. So you've got 3 to his 2, and Green Arrow now has 2. All right, let's Bill. Maybe you have better luck than me. So go ahead and roll a d20, and that'll count for Green Arrow's next shot.
Okay.
Serious?
Yeah.
The power of just waking up. By the way, I apologize. I told you, man, no sleep, and I just ate a lot.
Yeah.
No worries, dude.
All right. So, Bill, this is considered a triumph. So, not only does he succeed, but you can describe this or even make it more epic, if you care to. So,
He goes into drunken man style. He's like,
cool.
and he falls asleep, like just unconscious. The arrow just arches over and boom, perfect.
Right? Oh man, rainbow curve. Okay, cool. So then that would put him at 3, right? Right, Sal? Because you okay?
Yeah.
But he's just on his back laughing at the he's amused by this. This is great. Okay, Sal. So the heat's on.
Okay, the heat is on. No, you see, I can only do that if I roll a 20. So let's hope I roll a 20. It's not going to happen, but I will try and take.
So it could happen again.
I will try and take down my third one, hoping for a 20, so that I can possibly do a thing.
Yeah, curve the point.
No, it's an 8. I'm afraid.
Okay. All right. Well, rather than go for the tough choice, we'll go ahead and concede that you hit it, but it's definitely unsatisfying because you were really, maybe the I don't know when those Wanted comic books came out, but maybe you had an idea of a really cool, like if you swung the gun as you were shooting it, maybe you could have some influence on its trajectory.
Try, yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, it doesn't.
You're no
Yeah.
James McAvoy. All right, Golden Avenger. Here's your chance. You could take the competition here. You could get your fourth.
No.
Oh,
Just
now were you
assume
not
the
taking
worst.
it serious, or were you taking charity on your pals here?
You just assume I rolled the worst.
Okay, so it's a horrible miss. It's a horrible miss, and the voice in your head was like, "Why am I stuck with you?"
And then I say, why am I stuck with you? I feel like I'm carrying all the weight here.
All right, Bill, go ahead. Give me another roll. Let's see if Green Arrow is able to put this
17.
away. 17? Oh my gosh. All right. So in a comeback story for all the people to remember, Green Arrow doesn't even, I don't know. What do you think, Bill? Would he bother standing up, or is it just sit up like the Undertaker?
He used his toes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, he
Nice.
uses his toes.
Nice.
Insult to injury. Or maybe he's just goofing around because he's tipsy. Boom, and gets that last target. And he yeah. Oh man. I'm not gonna forget that, Sal. You the man.
Well, you've been doing this for longer than me. Well, you've been doing that for longer than me. Well, no, hang on a minute. Cool. I'll help him up to his feet.
Well, I think that you should be. I don't have any problem trusting you with these abilities you seem to have acquired, and that goes for you too, Golden. What'd you say your name was?
Golden Avenger.
Yeah, Golden Avenger. That goes for you too. Having you two out there fighting the good fight is a much needed asset.
One thing at a time. I mean, it's been less than 24 hours. But yeah, okay. I can. I'm not doing anything else out here. I can superhero for a bit, I suppose.
Yeah, you get a great big yawn from him. Oh man, you're right. It has been a day. Dang. Well, I'm gonna crash. You're welcome. There are barracks. I can take you if you'd like to crash here, or you're welcome. You know where to find us tomorrow morning if you'd rather go to your own place. But I'm sure there's going to be stuff for us to talk about and do. But I'm ready to turn in.
I'm gonna try and find my cousin and make sure he got somewhere safe.
Absolutely.
So what? I suppose I'll try and collar these two and just say, what are we doing here? Are we gonna, as you said, it is getting late. I could use getting home. There's people I need to check on, make sure they're safe. But
all right, he can tell you where the phone is if you need to make phone calls. And
it's all right. I'll go and check them that Lou and his family are all okay. But obviously, I wanted to kind of meet up with these guys again. I mean, what do we want to do? I mean, we've got these things. What do we do with them?
And then you hear in your voice, Andrew, take them all for us.
What? That's literally my character's response.
I just said, let's meet up and decide what we're doing here. I mean,
no, I'm talking to my
your what?
Suit, I think.
Okay. And I'll turn to Bill. So let's meet up and we can talk about this. We'll be doing this thing now.
Yeah. All right. So then we'll fade to or transition to the next morning. Is that what I'm understanding? Like,
I think so. Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, it's getting late, so I'll probably, I'll go back, check that they're okay. If everything's calmed down, make sure Lou and his family get back to their bodega okay, and then go back and check on my place
Yeah,
and get some sleep.
like I said, I'm gonna try and find my the cousin and make sure he's safe.
okay, and absolutely, they may have some exciting or otherwise not necessarily dangerous, but you know, the stories they tell you about where they went, or what they encountered, make you feel like they will definitely remember today. That it's not going to be something they forget anytime soon. But everyone's okay. That you're cared about. Yeah. All right. So we next morning, and when I say next morning, like, we can also skip like your morning routines and get back here, or would you like to do stuff before meeting back up with?
The only thing I think I'd like to do, I think, when I get back home, obviously when I wake up the next day, rather than having the suit that I generated from the power, go to the wardrobe, pull out one of my old proper pinstripe suits, and I'll wear that as my suit, but just kind of imbue it so it looks like the one that I generated. What I would like to do is, if I can, now I've got some tools, take the crystal out of the bat, and again go through all of my old possessions, find like an old pocket watch, fob watch, and put it inside that. So I've got it. So, and then have that obviously in my waistcoat. So just got the purple glow from one of my pockets.
Absolutely, that's a great plan, and I see no reason to try to be an obstacle to that. So we'll consider it canon. Anybody else want to accomplish or ask about something before the meetup?
It's morning. My character gets coffee and then meets up.
And donuts. You're a cop. You have to get donuts.
Hell yeah. And not just any donuts. This is the 90s. Krispy Kreme still around.
All right.
There's no Krispy Kreme by you?
Yeah, we've got Krispy Kreme over here.
They're
Krispy Kreme down the street.
We used to have one a little north that was a factory. It might still be there.
Shame,
I'm not
dude.
sure.
You have our sympathies, all of us.
Yeah, you also have Toys R Us.
2 of them right by me.
Yeah.
We don't have. There was a huge one not far from me here, but that's in the middle of being torn down at the moment. So.
Back at the brownstone, you're welcomed in, and they say, "Oh man, we're about to get a team meeting started. Please, if you don't have something pressing, do you mind coming in for this team meeting?"
Yeah, sure. 1 second. I'll look into the living room, and if I can, with my power, I'll try and make a plug for the hole in the wall.
The mech guy will say, like, he, at least on the side he was on, has been it's not fully complete, but you know, he's got some of the like he's cut out the drywall portion. So you can assist with that. Maybe it would make it a lot easier. Absolutely.
Yeah, make it up to him for putting a hole in his room. Sorry. Okay, yeah, but we'll go to the meeting. Yeah.
All right. So in the meeting hall, you've got Hawkman, you've got the Flash, the Green Arrow, the Atom Smasher, the Star Girl, and then you and Stripe have finished patching the wall, so then he's also in there, right?
Cool.
All right, so the idea is that, like I told you, Wayne Tech, Star Labs, and LexCorp have been working all their different teams have been working all through the night and have gathered a lot of the data and technology that had information stored on it from the deep space discovery.
Mhm.
Okay, and they are equally sharing the resources, but the parts and things like that are being sent to different locations. A caravan that was en route to Louisiana was some was attacked, or they haven't reached their destination. Rather, that there was no radio chatter, and they haven't reached their destination. They're late. They can't have any explanation for why that is. The another caravan also the tracking on it indicates that they have stopped somewhere in Nevada before reaching their final destination, and they can't be reached on comms. So they need to split up. Some people go to Louisiana and investigate what happened to that caravan with the technology, and the others will go to Nevada and try and figure out where the missing tech is there, and what happened to the caravan.
I could tackle Louisiana. It's more, not really where I'm from, but it's still the South.
How do they want to do this? How do we want to split up, or let them take one half and then we take the other one? We may as well.
That's the idea. I had
Okay.
you
Try to
guys
go
are
as a
one
team?
unit, and they're
Yeah.
they're another thing. But if you would rather, go if someone's really big on one end and there's an argument for the other side, that's
You guys want to take the swamps?
Sure thing. So long as my shoes don't get dirty, I'm fine.
You might want to get a pair of boots.
Galoshes.
Waders.
right.
Ooh.
Right.
Okay. How
So
are we getting to Louisiana?
They'll give you a dossier, and the information is that telling you that one was going to a Wayne Tech research site, a satellite location out there in Louisiana. There's no details on what they were moving specifically, but the Legion of Doom formerly had a base of operations out in Louisiana, so they suspect that something may be afoot and not just a mere coincidence that this caravan
Okay.
has gone
Let's
missing.
go and kick their door in and say hello.
All right, so you've got your info, and imagine, are you going to use your abilities to try and make that your travel arrangement to get to your destination, or what do you like to do?
Might as well practice. if we can use our abilities and get that far.
All right.
I've not tried flying or anything like that at all, so I don't know how that's going to work out.
Unless they have a way of flying us.
I know that Professor Bill has a plethora of ability points, as well as used his powers to move people in the past, but I'm not trying to shoehorn or railroad him into anything.
I was waiting for everybody to finish. Yeah, I'm gonna make like a little 3-seater jet. You guys could jump in. I think we'll take care of
Fantastic.
this.
With
Wonder Woman ain't got nothing on this.
And it's a
perfect.
nice shade of green as well. I like it.
I like it. Thank you very much.
All right.
Let me ask you something. If we're riding on this green jet, and what little I do know about the DC universe, this is out of character. Am I going to have any troubles flying Green West Airlines?
You when you start to or attempt to walk up the stairs or whatever that lets you up into the cabin, there's you feel like a super heavy weight on your chest, more than a lead apron like when you're at the dentist. This feels like I'm gonna say at least 40 to 50 pounds, somewhere in that range of resistance as you start walking up to this thing. And then if you actually proceed, the sensation's going to get worse, and the yeah, I'll go from there. I'll stop there for now.
I'm going to make his seat just a little bit prickly.
Oh man, with the spike strip, huh?
Deploy the strip.
Anything about that, Andrew?
If I power down my, we'll call it my costume.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, when I say suit, I picture power suit. So
yeah,
it's a costume. If I power that down,
mm-hmm.
does the weight lift at all?
Like you're gonna confine it to like something pocket size, or is that what you're saying?
You said
like
I have you said I have like a thing, right?
Yes. You're like the Bill has the metal leg of one of those robots. Don has one of those metal legs of the robot that he's able to put extra energy around and make it look like a Hawkman's mace. Sal has, well, I don't know. Have you pulled out the pocket watch? I know we know that, but I don't know if you've. Yeah. Okay. But
I'm just again, it's just in the pocket at the minute, and obviously, as I said, it's just enhancing my usual clothes, so it looks like a costume.
And you know, I fashioned mine into a lantern and took out the ring from it.
Okay. So then, his force of will, he can rearrange it. All right. So similarly, you Andrew, can focus and transform this tactical vest into something else if you wish.
Yeah, if I could focus it down to like, how about a police badge?
Okay, that sounds cool. All right, you do, and
nice.
So maybe I could fold it up, throw them in my pocket, and if it's focused down, that's what I'm saying. So now if it's powered down and just focused to that smaller area, do I feel lighter?
It's localized now, but not as heavy either. You've dramatically reduced its weight. The voice that you've been hearing and says, you would treat me like I am some common garment that you can stow away.
Well, if you'd learn to play nice with everybody, I wouldn't have to.
There's an overhead compartment if you want. I'm just putting that out there.
I want to keep it in case I need it.
Oh, you will need me, and maybe I won't be so quick to call or answer your call.
Oh, you'll answer the call. Max just went.
Listen, I'm just gonna lean forward to Don and go. He's talking to himself again.
I'm like adjusting the rearview mirror to look and see what the heck is going on.
Just make sure I don't come in contact with any of this green garbage.
Don't worry, I'll take care of you.
Can we get to there already? This guy's freaking me out. He's a bit wacko, you know?
He's kind of bring up the RPMs a little.
All right. And bam, on your way. Breaking sound barriers and setting records. All right. You are over Louisiana and Andrew and Don tried to warn you, Sal, this is a very swampy, wet air part of Louisiana.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the ex-wife.
Was she born on a Monday?
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, if you had only gone to Nevada, how that quote would have been even more.
Oh no.
But maybe next time. All
Ah,
right, so the yeah, you fly over the roads that the caravan was taking, and you can see that there are tire marks where things had been taken off the road, and yeah, it's a really evident trail.
Okay.
Are we still in the air?
I mean, this plane doesn't have to abide by the conventional rules, so you could be hovering or you could land. It's up to you.
What do we say? What do you say we
land it.
Land it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We could walk this trail and be a little more stealthy.
I'm actually gonna not too much, just a little ejection seat for Psycho.
Oh, gosh.
Not too far, 20 feet or so.
All right, man. You're airborne.
Well, looks like it's morphin time. Flip it open, out with my
You call to it?
Yeah.
All right. Roll to see if you can overpower the entity, the sentience.
Oh, he's gone.
It took him right offline. It was too much for him.
Oh man, that's so funny. You can't write that, man.
Hey. Well, while he's
Okay.
doing that,
I guess you
I'll
failed your roll.
18.
Okay, you feel
It was a struggle.
Yeah, that it does not want to comply, and for a couple seconds, there's kind of like a stutter in its generation, but you are successful in making. What were you trying to do? A parachute? What were you trying to go for?
Oh no, I'm going full suit with my rocket pack, yo.
Oh, okay. All right. So it complies, and you hear kind of a grumble, an unintelligible grumble, or that something's not pleased.
Listen,
I'll
you don't like me and I don't like you, but you need me and I need you.
For now.
I'll film some indigo galoshes to protect my
All right.
trousers and my shoes.
Cool. You said you're going to walk this trail by foot, so imagine that you do, and there's vegetation, bushes and things like that have been clearly run over or been entirely pushed away. And you can see that the stuff is getting soggier and soggier. You not like I'm trying to threaten you with quicksand type death, but I'm saying like you can feel your feet sinking in further and further. Yes, exactly.
I'm gonna just
okay.
hover above this.
Absolutely. That's in your power set.
I'll just have to make do.
Can I
Go ahead.
do I see him sinking?
Sal? You're talking about Sal? Yes.
Yeah.
Not like to his death. It's not a rapid, but like as the further you go, suddenly he's getting more and more.
All right, I'm gonna come
Whose
down.
idea was this?
Come down, still in the rocket pack, and I'm gonna lift them out.
Okay. As you attempt this, Sal, you feel like your foot is snagged on something. As he's lifting you up from the muck. Do you want to because you're wearing real shoes, right? Oh no, you're wearing the energy stuff on them. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I've got that's all over the top of all up on my legs and stuff and over my feet.
Okay. Thanks.
Can I? What does it feel like? Does it feel like a root or something?
more like well, yeah, okay, we'll say that's a good enough description. Yeah, it definitely feels like it's a structure. It's some type of thing that you have now that has you, I guess, if you want to call it that, but
It's actually grabbed hold of me.
I didn't want to use the phrase that it has you, but it's something that you have that you're connected to. We'll use that.
Okay. What can I do? Let's have a
It
look.
seems like the only pull you're experiencing is from Andrew's lift, but
Mhm.
it also feels like whatever you're on, you're just stuck on. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like you before you didn't feel like you're being pulled down, but now like
Mhm.
there's resistance to you being removed
Pulled
from
out.
this one. Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a think. Can I thicken like my galoshes? Obviously, they're made
Yeah.
out of the indigo energy. Can I
Yeah.
thicken that enough,
Uh-huh.
and then just slip my foot out, slip my leg out of it?
Okay, yeah. If you want to leave that energy behind like a
Yeah.
discarded thing, sure.
Yeah.
And we'll say that for a brief second when you do, you can view down it like looking down a pipe, and you can
Mhm.
see that because it's there for just a second while the light is able to be
It's
there,
kind of
and then
illuminating everything. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm with you.
you can see that the structure, the on the back of some trucks there's those ladders that help people get to the top. So
Yeah.
you're
So I got caught on one of the rungs.
yes, yes.
Okay. Hey guys, come on, look at this.
And
What
he's
am I
pointing
looking
out
at?
that the back of a truck. So this
That's
one
sunken in the mud.
truck, yes, is descended into the mud
Okay.
or completely submerged.
My telekinesis is not what it needs to be, but I'll make a force field go underneath the truck, and then I'll make the bubble bigger to try and elevate the truck.
Absolutely.
You won't
Okay.
believe your eyes when the X-wing rise.
So if I
Yeah.
can, if I can do a thing here to help you out, because obviously where I've just left what was my galoshes,
Mhm.
if I open end the bottom of it, so you can.
A reach around would actually overpower my ring. And
I was going to say you could. I was hoping it had
what's
like.
your idea?
I was going to say it's going to open it up, so it's like a tube that you can see straight down. Then you can send your energy straight through the tube that where my foot was, so that you can get underneath and get to it. That's what I was going to suggest.
Okay, fine, we'll go that way. But next time we
Yeah.
try my idea.
And
You just if you're that desperate for a reach around, then
Can you
All
imagine if it was a yellow one?
oh dear.
the
Looked like Bruce Leroy.
Oh, don't.
I'm gonna say that. So just subtract your your AP for this, and you successfully get the truck up out, and you can see that the different parts of this have damage from them, like energy type weapons were fired at this structure, and we'll say that when you pull this up, you create the vacuum, so stuff fills that void that you've created, and actually a body floats to the surface. It has it has followed the truck up as matter has moved underneath the body and brought it up to the surface.
Okay. What's it look like? Does it look like a swamp thing?
This all right.
I do have Examine the Dead.
Okay. So let me describe its exterior first, and then what page is the Examine the Dead on?
72.
72. All right. So this person is wearing a full body suit. It's like what you'd like a superhero type costume, right? The tactical armory, the skin tight type of suit. It appears to make him look like he's a bee, and he appears to have the
B-Man.
wings that have the hexagonal bee type pattern wings. He's got goggles on his eyes that also appear to have the bee pattern that their lenses have. All right, so let me see. Examine the dead.
It's Buzzloff from He-Man.
I also have size up as well. I don't know how that would apply in this situation. If
So
it
I have
would.
Yeah.
comic book knowledge.
When I made
Yes.
my character, I made the character pre powers. So
Yeah.
I made a cop.
Yes.
That's why I took Examine the Dead.
So I'm gonna say you flip this person over, and you can see that they were shot center mass and have died from that trauma. And the that's so that's what the dead one does. The size up. Do you know what that does? Do I need to look it up?
No, I've got it here in front of me. It says you can evaluate the capabilities of a nearby creature or group of creatures. The guide will give you useful insight into their capabilities, strengths, vulnerabilities, and/or resistances. At a minimum, you'll receive an accurate assessment from the guide about whether they would pose a fair fight.
Okay. This person appears to be on the very lean side. So they don't appear to have a ton of muscle mass, but the other thing, and I guess this kind of goes with the examine the dead part. There, the face has some type of abnormality, kind of like there are not like an orc to that extent, but there are protruding extra teeth-like protrusions on the mouth of this person, and they look like they're new developments. If you look at the rest of his teeth, he was much older, maybe didn't take care of himself, but these new protrusion type things look much more
So like a
new.
mutation.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Okay. Well,
So
looks like a mook to me.
so you're saying this guy looks like he's been shot in the back?
No,
To
in
me-
the chest.
Okay,
the chest.
Okay. Is there any way we can get? You said he's wearing like an armor.
Like a superhero type costume.
Oh, okay, just a plated kind of deal.
Yeah.
Okay, can we kind of remove some of this so I can get a closer look at that wound? I want to see if we can figure out something about this.
Sure. All right. If you're taking the suit off, say that when you take off because it's like full with the hooded mask and cowl type stuff like that. You take that part off, and you can see the eyes. Remember, I told you how the exterior lenses had the B style pattern on them. Well, you can see that those are augments that actually were connecting to his actual eyes, and so they were lenses that have like a bio-enhanced type of enhancement added.
Okay.
And so you rip him off his face, you can see that the whatever connectors, now he's got normal looking human eyes underneath that, but
they were attached to him
yes,
more so than just goggles.
right.
Okay.
And then if you're talking about, you want to look at the chest, so then if you keep taking the suit down to get to the chest level, you can see that there are other little oddities that look like they're either grafts or small plated type of growths on him, like kind of like a beetle shell type of things.
So where we found this truck, is there any obvious signs that it has been moved from the road out here, or are we?
Yes, you were
Does it-
following the tracks. Yes.
Okay, yeah, so we could see where it's been dragged through. Okay. Is there anything else around us? One of you guys who can do that flying stuff, maybe go up and see what you can see.
All
Yeah.
right. So I'll say, Bill, you fly, and there's a glint of something metallic catching the sunlight, so you know that there's not too far away. There's something else over there. And Andrew, are you taking to the skies too?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. So in whatever direction you head off, there's you can see or I'm saying you smell like there's something burning when you go over something. You got that smell of like a burnt rubber or burning plastic, stuff like that.
Let's check that out.
I'm going to send Red Wing. Green Wing. I'm going to send Green Wing.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to do it really awesome. I'm going to like go from here and be like, Red Wing, eject.
Oh, and that
Sound
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So it, does the formation and flies out. Where are you sending it to?
Just see the glint.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it's a case of some kind that still is intact, but it's something that looks like it was meant to transport something.
Bring it back.
All right. You've got the large case about the size of let's say 2 feet by 3 feet, and another 2 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Andrew, are you or sorry, Bill, Don, you still working?
Yeah, let's open this puppy up.
Okay. It's locked, but you can roll to form, or if you have an ability that lets you form some.
Actually, the
Oh.
ability that I took last week was loosen.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh, you know it. Yeah, it's on page 89. So
Okay.
it'll open it.
Kapoof. You open it, and inside there are some of them have some exterior damage, but they are hard drives. They're
Okay.
recovered. The larger kind, not the small kind that go on laptops nowadays, but the larger size hard drives that are inside this case. We'll say there's 8 of them that have been with enough padding and anti-static stuff to make sure that
Weren't there 8 of those binary codes?
that does sound right.
Ah.
Okay.
All right, Andrew,
Uh,
I told you you were flying over, and there was normal swamp smells and but you distinctly pick up an unnatural plastic petroleum type of burning smell.
All right. Separate from where he went.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine you two went in different directions to cover more ground, but
Yeah.
you don't have to. Okay.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I'll go down and check that out myself.
So the foliage had been obstructing any of the smoldering stuff, but you find one of the guards that was on this caravan, and he's got himself propped up on a rock, like by his arm. He's trying to keep himself from falling into the stuff, and yeah, the dude's pretty bad burned up. He looks like he needs medical attention.
Okay. I'm gonna go to him, use my ability to commune to try and get him to relax. And don't have anything to, I don't have any treatment or anything, but can I still do something to try it? I mean, I guess what I'm trying to figure out is can I figure out a way to get this guy safely out of here without hurting him?
Oh yeah. I mean, he's suspended in the muck, so it's a pretty easy task of getting him out of this swampy goop. But so you don't have to worry about like a bone or something being twisted or that type of stuff.
Okay. What are you doing out here?
And he's just like each breath is a struggle. It's a labor for him to breathe. We'll say that you're, I don't know, do you want to cash in your examine the dead for some further insight on? I know he's not dead yet, but he's at death's door.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you know this guy has the scorched lungs. You know, when you breathe in the temperature, the air the temperature's too hot and it damages your lung tissue. So he's just barely hanging on, but he is able to, since you used the commune to calm him, he gets out the buzzing, and his eyes kind of are jittering and wobbling like he's fading.
Can I? All right, look. I've been able to use. Is there any way? I've been able to fetch myself a rocket pack with my powers. Is there any way I could somehow use that power to essentially help get him focused oxygen into his lungs? Like basically formulate an oxygen mask for him.
Sure. Like you're gonna compress air in a cylinder type thing and also express or expel it so that way it goes out into his lungs, that type of thing.
Yeah, like obviously I know it's not an actual mechanical device, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I can make a rocket pack work, I can make something that'll at least try to get him focused oxygen to his lungs.
Okay.
To help him breathe.
Yeah. All right. I'm not sure how an iron lung works, but let's say you make an iron lung for the person. And,
well, I know in real life it's, they give people pure oxygen in that.
Yeah.
But
so maybe like a set of bellows. So you create the bellows, you put the end of the bellows into his mouth, and then just like physically pump the air.
It filters out nitrogen and carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the technical bit. Yeah.
It's a mystical filter. It's a mystical filter that goes to the mask.
The more we talk about it, the more it sounds like the person is going to expire in spite of your best efforts. But you did give him peace. You did give him peace.
So he's dying no matter what I do. Okay. All right. Yeah. I want to just make sure this guy dies. Every human deserves to die with dignity. Not every human, but
except Hitler. F that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. All right. So yes, you have the at least that thought that you gave him peace, because it was he was in very bad condition, and you also gained some information on what
Yeah.
what about. Okay.
All right.
Do you want to meet up with back with
Yeah.
Sal?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring the guy, his body.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm gonna set him down in front of these guys and be like, he was just saying something about buzzing. I wonder if it's related to this bee-looking guy here.
Do you
Right.
think? Okay. So we've got him, we've got the case, and we've got everything back at the truck.
You
Do we
were the
need to get
caravan, and you found one truck, and you found one body belonging to something, and one body belonging to somebody. On the
Oh,
caravan.
sorry. So there was a convoy, was there, of trucks? There wasn't
Yes,
just this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
And somewhere off from this site, Greenwing had located a case that may or may have not been on the
I thought
cargo. Yeah.
I thought you'd brought that back to where we were as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm just saying that.
Yeah,
to
that's
let you know
what happened.
the
Okay.
topography of everything. Yes.
Gotcha. How far away was that? The case.
We'll say I rolled a 5, so we'll round that up to 50 meters. 50 meters.
50 meters away. Okay. But otherwise, there's nothing else that we can see out here at the moment.
I mean, the truck was under the sludge, so
Yeah.
right now nothing you can see. Yeah.
It's just all swampy. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, do we need to call your cop buddies and get them out here to start sweeping the area?
I'm gonna fashion a big green metal detector and just start sweeping the area, the swamp.
All right. Perfect. Now, I don't know
You
that
guys
I've
got
ever
to start
seen.
thinking like lantern cores, all right?
I
I didn't have to describe how it detects metal. Just
do
Just it does. Okay. Again,
Was it-
I'm very.
I could see you using it in a lidar or in a X-ray manner, but electromagnetic stuff that might be a stretch for the ring. At least I don't remember seeing electromagnetic stuff being exhibited in Green Lantern's powerhouse.
it is the most powerful weapon in the universe that can do anything the creator can imagine.
All right,
Simple.
good enough. What is it?
Fair
They say
enough.
the vote on the rule of yes. Yeah. So okay. All right. So then
Okay.
we'll say that
Sorry.
you are able to lock on the path of metallic objects that lead you in the direction where Greenwing had found the case. So you will say that you find things as small as firearms that may have belonged to someone in this conflict or what happened here, and you find other large things like more trucks that these ones are different types, like they're the flatbed type where something would have been placed on top of,
loader,
but
yeah.
whatever, yeah.
Mhm.
But their cargo is mysteriously gone.
What kind of uniforms or emblems on them?
These guys were wearing Wayne Tech.
The Wayne Tech. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we got the Hive over here.
Yes.
Aye.
Bill with the comic book knowledge, and
That's
as you
right.
move,
The ultimate power.
as you move further on this path, you all not only hear a buzzing, but you can actually feel the the air there. It's got that energy of some thing.
Everything's slightly vibrating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, I'm gonna make a suggestion. Let's let them take us. They'll take us to Queen Bee. We'll be safe until we meet her, and then we get some answers, and then we'll just fight our way out. I mean, we're okay with that, right?
Okay. It's good for me as long as I get to shoot something.
Oh,
I've
we're gonna be
practiced
able
on
to
some
shoot
robots.
everything.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. Does that work for you, Gold Rod?
Golden
Okay.
shower. All right.
All right.
Oh, it's not doing it now.
all right.
Hey,
No.
there it is.
If you continue to follow the buzzing sound, you notice that there is
Sorry,
a. Go ahead.
can I just ask, what are we doing with the case? Do we want to leave that somewhere safe?
Oh yeah. We can't plug it in anywhere or what?
It's like 2 foot square, isn't it?
Wait,
Something like that.
You talking about the case?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The case and all the stuff in it. I want to see if I can enter the code, or do I need to hook it up to a
Well,
power
they're just
supply?
hard drives. They're just hard drives. There's
Okay,
no
I see.
way to connect them to a terminal or a node. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we'll have to pack them up. They're by hard drives. You're saying like an external hard drive?
I
Yeah,
think he
but
means
they're-
like big, like server type size, I suppose.
Something like this?
yeah, but remember in the 90s they were larger. They were
Oh,
yeah, the
okay, big
size
like
of a
that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. hmm
Okay. Holy crap,
Maybe.
Derek, sorry. My Batman timepiece.
Oh, very cool.
Hey,
Just like your thing. I haven't
fantastic.
opened this thing in forever. There we go.
Very, very cool.
Anyway, there you go. There's your power. Okay, go on.
Fantastic. What about then? Okay, I'm going to try and do a thing. I don't know if I can.
Mhm.
Can I seal it in like a box of purple energy and then sink it back into the mud?
Oh, okay. Yeah, buried treasure. Sure.
Yeah. Then we can come back for it when we're ready.
That works if everybody else is cool with it.
Yeah.
I'll just try it. So I'll take out my timepiece, open it up, and kind of. Is this how this works?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I wasn't too sure
Mhm.
how much I could do with the power set that I've taken. I didn't know whether you
Right.
needed to take. That's
Yeah,
why I've been kind of.
Okay, so it will require a roll because it's not one of the abilities that you took. So
Okay. Okay.
now you have two more, like, if you want to say, more experienced people with you. If you'd like to ask for pointers or anything that might help you, I'm not
Yeah,
trying to make Sal do something he wouldn't do for himself. I'm throwing
Mhm.
that out there to let you know.
I
help
suppose it'd be
exists.
just. Am I doing this right? Do I need to spend? So I need to spend action points to do this?
No, you don't have to spend action point.
Okay.
If either of them want to help you, then you can roll with advantage.
Fantastic.
right.
Thank you very much. I think. Well, I will if I've got the advantage. I'll take it. But I have just rolled a 19.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, 19. 19.
Absolutely. Okay. So the word, or at least the lead that Dawn gives you, is
Mhm.
enough, and successfully you've securely encased it to protect the object, and it will sink as far as you push it
Yeah.
or
So
want it to sink.
yeah.
Okay. Right, so imagine now that you're following the buzzing sound, and you start to see a dome type structure that is covered with a waxy but solid looking sheen, and because you're going into the really deep woodsy part where there's tall trees that had previously kept this dome from people bird's eye view. All right, and there's clearly a presence of the people dressed just like the dead yellow bee type person flying around, and yep. I don't know if you're coming in with stealth. I don't want to presume or anything. but there is a
Green,
presence here.
yellow, and purple lights just flashing all over the place. We are stealth mode.
Mhm.
Like we are so stealthy that the only thing that we could hide in this point would be like a bowl of Skittles.
Or Fruity Pebbles. Remember when?
Fruity Pebbles, baby.
All right. So then, yeah, you spot this place just as it looks like I described, and about the time you see the flying things, you notice that the flying things now are descending upon you or coming towards you. Let's say there's 6 of them.
Okay. Well, you said we're going to let us take her, so.
Take us to your leader. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
All right. So then they all speak in
We need to
one
make a better. We need to make a better buzzing noise. I kind of get close to the golden shower over here.
Nice. So they all speak in unison and with a a similar sounding like people that when they smoke too much and they have to have the aid of a
Yeah, the tracheotomy. Yeah.
yes, thank you. So they even though there's clearly not one on their person, it sounds like that way when they speak, and then they all speak in unison. You are correct. You will become part of the hive, and you will have the proper way to buzz. So they surround you by all sides, and they're not violent, but because you have surrendered, but they are ushering you very quickly with moving with purpose. Let's go
Okay.
into, and then there's a opening.
I
Go ahead.
am leaving little green breadcrumbs as we go along.
Perfect. Okay. And as you move closer and into the structure, you have some insight that waxing coating I told you about is an exterior that has been fixed onto it, and you can see the structure itself kind of has like since Star Wars has been out, it has kind of a Lord Vader type of helmet look to it. Passing into the halls, there's what looks like would be the very man-made structures for having a command center of some type here, but there's a ton of this same waxy stuff on the outside now on the inside, and it's going up the columns. It's grown over the
So it's all sort of sort of honeycombed and stuff as well, I suppose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was trying to say that without saying that.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was very good. You get what I'm painting.
Yeah, you're talking about, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's so many guys like the 6 that you are being escorted by around, and they're doing all sorts of tasks, menial, like transporting something from one room up to the ceiling, and anyway, so they're working with such an efficiency and working with without even communicating. It seems like almost like intuitive passing of things or helping each other lift objects that are too heavy for one to lift.
As we're going through, then I'll using my size up just to try and gauge. Who's who are the grunts, who's the guys probably in charge, who might who can take a decent punch, who can't, that kind of thing, just to try and.
Absolutely. The majority of these people in here are the scrawny type mooks that you saw dead, but there are some big big goons that are at least NFL linebacker size, or lineman size.
Okay.
And these big mooks have the very unusual looking axes that have sort of also some type of LED diode in between the two heads, or the two blades. So it
Mhm.
looks like there's some type of energy thing going on in the shaft, in addition to it being
An axe, yeah. Okay.
an axe. Yeah. But
So I
those
guess I'll
guys
whisper.
are much less frequent. You see them much less frequently than the scrawny mooks.
Right. So I suppose I'll whisper to these two. So when do we start shooting then, huh?
Let's wait until we find the leader.
Okay.
And so you,
And we are actually in the Hall of Doom, right?
yes, you're in the Hall of Doom.
So this is Slaughter Swamp.
You would be
Interesting.
correct. Yeah. Okay, you are descending down, and it looks like they've actually blasted or drilled, or it's very crude how much, or the method that they use to tear out the floor and continue digging, but it continues to descend in a spiral pattern beneath so now you're subterranean, and it's getting warm, humid down here. The vibration is all through the ground. If you fill it up your feet, in your back. I mean, if you're not floating, but otherwise you'd feel your teeth chatter because of how much buzzing's going on in here. And anyways, you eventually find yourself in a very tall and in a organically alien type of way. Stalactites, stalagmites, all that stuff of that same waxy stuff, and in this large open space, there's someone sitting on a throne, and this person has a similar type of suit, but much more. Where theirs are more plain yellow with occasional stripes. This person, like an old prison uniform or old pajama, horizontal stripe pattern.
Mhm.
And this person's wearing a tall crown that is made of a quartz-like material, and this person seems to be amused there as you make your entrance or approach to where she is seated. Kind of, let me see if my camera can pick it up. Because once doing that number where you tap your fingers on the arm of your chair. Yes, just
Drumming.
and yes, thank you. And yep. So you thought, and imagine this person speaking with an equally mechanical, shaky voice.
Mhm.
You think you deserve an audience with the Queen.
Sure, I admit royalty before.
Tell me, what makes you deserving of this privilege?
Go on, Max. I was the leader in the last game.
Oh shit!
See here, in this
Sorry.
country, we've made it a habit of running out kings and queens.
Max, I said you're supposed to be the leader.
She sits up a little straight and definitely up, showing that that land didn't line well with her.
Derek's going to be the leader, isn't he?
That land didn't line.
That line didn't.
Oh, that line didn't land. Oh, yes, well with her. Sorry. Yeah. All right. Anybody else want to say something before she reacts or snaps or?
Look, all we know is that you're up to no good out there. So what say we wrap this up now, and you hand yourself over, and we can all go home. Okay? Capiche?
You mean my acquisition? The humans of this world have no claim to that technology.
They created it. That's Wayne Tech.
Mm-hmm.
The hardware that the true resource happens to be on may be human, but the importance that not for human. That is not for humans to know or possess.
And
Where
who's
did it
you
come
to
from? Sorry. Go ahead.
No. You go first. You start.
Go do the thing.
Okay. I said, who are you to make that decision for us, huh?
Oh, it was not my decision, but I stand to benefit from using it to further my reach, to spread the hive to bring all under the crown.
So that means you're the middleman? We don't talk to the middleman. We talk to the guy in charge.
Okay, so she was already miffed by Golden Avenger, so now she's going to say, enough of your insolence. Bring forth the fluid and make them see how they've been missing, or what they've been missing being apart from the hive. You will serve the queen.
No, yeah, I don't think so.
All right.
By order of
well-
the colorful core of lanterns, you are under arrest.
All right. We'll see how we proceed, or where this goes next issue.
Excellent.
That's great. Thank you. We will resume, and we'll call this one, since we had a queen in this episode, and we had an awesome. That's great. Oh, and you're adding to the flash picture you had from last time.
I'm just drawing.
That's such a cool idea.
I'm just
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's it is the second time I've ever drawn Superman. So
Super who? Someone doesn't by that name doesn't exist out here.
Different universe.
Oh, okay. All right. But yeah, so I was saying, since we had an actual queen in this episode, and we had another one bites the dust come up, we'll just name this one after that queen song. Another one bites the dust.
Okay.
Issue.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And
cool.
we had, yeah. Fantastic.
We'll do our end of game housekeeping after this stream, and Professor Bill, you can close us out.
Bye.
Peace.